Skate date!
Skate date in the house.
Welcome, everybody. We're so excited that you are here listening to Skate Date, the podcast.
I'm Shove.
And I'm Rebel.
And together we are Shovel.
Can you dig it?
Skate Date is a podcast about two roller skaters who fell in love.
And they wanted to have a baby, but then they couldn't have a baby. And so instead they have podcasts.
Yeah, and we talk about what's going on in the real world.
And the wheel world.
And we also try to hook some skaters up with one another.
On skate dates.
And give really amazingly bad advice.
In our Dear Shovel segment.
Yeah, we have a good episode for y'all today.
Yeah, what's our episode about, babe?
We're talking about domestic terrorism. That's right, not riots. Domestic terrorism.
Wow. Yes. America almost crumbling / potentially crumbling in the future / is it already a mess? I don't know.
Along with the newly coined term, #pandemic rollers.
Super excited to talk about that.
Me too. Are you a pandemic roller? Because we love y'all.
We love pandemic rollers. You should make a skate club. That's cute.
That'd be awesome. I want merch.
I was going to say, I want a shirt that says pandemic roller.
There better already be a mask that exists that says pandemic roller.
For sure. If there's not, that's a problem.
All right. I think as always, though, we should jump right into our fake ads.
Our fake ads. Well, in our fake ads section, we do a fake ad, but it could be a real ad, and it could be advertising you. Do you have something to sell? Are you trying to get your name out into the abyss and to people listening to this show? Well, here's your opportunity. Just email us at skatedatepodcast@gmail.com and we'll send you our cute little list that I just finished making this week. It has all our prices on it. skatedatepodcast@gmail.com
1-800
1-800-skatedatepodcast@gmail.com. Just kidding. It's just skatedatepodcast@gmail.com.
Oh my god. Yes, and bear with us because this is our night job. We will get back to you.
It really is like our late night job.
After hours.
With Shovel.
After what happened at the Capitol, I really want a WP suit.
What's a WP suit?
A white people suit.
Yeah,
like I can literally get away with anything. Like getting out of tickets.
Not doing time.
Dealing drugs.
Mass shootings.
Domestic terrorism. Honestly, just to know I'll make it home safe every day.
The WP suit.
Because America's racist.
I mean, where's the lie?
Right? We swear if you're new, usually our fake ads are a little more lighthearted.
Yeah, usually we're like funny.
Yeah, sorry if you are like, this is the first time I've ever listened to Skate Date, and that was a real terrifying ad. That was some real. And just so you know, we keep it real here, and also the world
is keeping it pretty real right now, so we have to...
Yeah.
We gotta be real. Yeah, usually our fake ads are full of jokes, but we just didn't have the time for that today.
Yeah, we ain't joking around right now. We're still gonna make some jokes, don't worry, it's the same old Skate Date, but we got some serious issues to talk about.
Yeah, so with that being said, should we make our way over to the real world?
Let's go. Dang, babe. So,
man.
Crazy how people are just like, well, they were just rioting for the riots.
I just think it's funny how people are, like, still calling it riots at all.
Mm-hmm. Like, sorry, it was literally the Capitol, and they busted in and chased state police while holding Blue Lives Matter flags. And then just literally terrorized a government building while government officials had to flee. They had zip ties in their hands and weapons, but they're not called terrorists because they're white.
Yeah, meanwhile, any sort of Black Lives Matter protest, people are getting locked up for years. and beat down and thrown tear gas at and shot at and all these things. But you storm the motherfucking Capitol building and, like, you get slapped on the hand and put on a no-fly list.
Yeah, and don't dare you try to, play violins in a public park just to remind people of someone that was murdered, because you'll get tear gassed. But come on, come one, come all, march over. In the words of Trump, march on over. He said he'd be with you. Of course he wasn't. And go ahead and just totally, do
Desecrate,
everything you shouldn't.
demolish.
And get away with it. And, yeah.
And, like, we see you. Like, we know who you are. Like, you didn't even hide your faces. Like, what?
I know, it was like the one benefit of them being no maskers. Is that, we have all the evidence we need.
Yeah.
And then they were literally telling everyone their name. It's like, do you want to give your social security number while you're at it?
Yeah, stop Elizabeth from Knoxville.
Yeah, and it's like they say, that was a sign of white privilege. And then they were like, no, that's white power.
Yeah, that's white supremacy. That's, white ruling the...
Yeah, that's some white not even be able to do illegal things right.
Yeah, and still to get away with it. Like, what? That's white culture.
It just sucks because it was it sucks for many reasons, but it especially was here's a blatant example of, yet again, racism is ruling this nation.
Yeah.
What? How far would those people have gotten if they were black? Not even to the lawn, not even to the gate. If you remember seeing photos of when they knew, oh, there's going to be a Black Lives Matter protest, and they had everyone decked out like they were in a video game going to war, lined up on the steps, ready. No, not one single person tried anything. Then they know there's a huge Trump rally where they're literally trying to overthrow the government and not let a new president in. And no one thought, we should be organizing our security. We should double up. No one thought about that. I wonder why. Because it's it's just the white people that are angry. They'll be fine. They'll be well behaved. They're not thugs. All these things. What the?
Yeah, and it's the National Guard was actually denied. Are you kidding me? The National Guard was called into Portland. All sorts of places for Black Lives Matter protests.
They were here in Long Beach when we were protesting.
Yeah, and so it's just kind of ugh. It's disgusting. And it's atrocious. And it's not the end of it, which is, I think, the scariest part. Is that, with no punishment or with slight punishment comes a new wave of this shit.
Yeah, it just makes you feel one step closer to oh, there could be a civil war. They were organized. This wasn't just Trump saying, walk with me down there. No, the people were prepared. You can tell by what they were wearing, what they brought with them, the way they maneuvered. They were ready for this. This is things that were organized online. They were ready.
Yeah, people were flying in for it. People were declaring that they had no problem dying for the cause. I am just blown away at the absolute stupidity and the ethnocentrism and the blinders to the whole world and to reality.
And it's just really crazy, even trying to, understand what they're doing this for. It's a revolution. For what? What is it a revolution for?
Hatred? Intolerance? I don't get it. Are you trying to be the Confederacy again? I'm very confused.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's the lack of education, the blatant ignorance, the racism, everything that's just what happened? This is the education system failed these people, their families failed them. It's just, I don't know. I can't understand it. This QAnon, whatever the hell.
Oh, I don't understand that either.
It's this huge cult that people have just fallen into. And there's this, like, conspiracy theory that's so strong that made a veteran be like, yes, I used to fight for this country, but now I'm going to go rush in there against the law and against what I need to and get shot in the head and still die for my country another way. But it was, you didn't die for your country. You died for the most horrible things. And it's like, we're supposed to be like, oh no, this person died. And no, this person was a terrorist that broke in there knowing what was going to happen. And what the real sad thing is what they died for. It's not that they died.
Yeah, and, like, unsurprising that it was a white woman. Like, the low-key, undercover, like, Trump supporters that have been, like, supporting him this whole time.
It's all bad. It's all bad. And it's just like, I literally, like, I put this on my stories. I was like, what I want to see now is, like, of course, what happened is nowhere near 9/11. But what happened with 9/11? They started profiling Muslims. And I feel like, well, now people should be profiling Trump Pence supporters. So if I see a car with a Trump sticker, I'm going to assume that they're a terrorist. And they should be pulled over and searched. And I just feel like, yeah, why not? Like, let them get a taste of their own medicine. Like, why don't we hold all these white people that are breaking laws to the same standard of anyone of color?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then, like, I don't know, it was so weird and ironic to see them fighting the police that they've this whole time been like,
with their flags.
No, like, Blue Lives Matter, and, like, we care about the police so much. And No,
they were yelling traitors at the cops. And then, how about when they just, like, all of a sudden just opened the gate and was like, okay, come in then.
Oh my God. That video it's like, how do people see these videos that are so clear and obvious that, like, something is going on here? Like, there are people in on it. And what's happening in the government that they're not just like, yeah, duh, we need to fix this.
Yep.
Like, how could there be so much proof and, like, no accountability?
And then all the Republicans that do align with Trump and are like, yeah, like, everything's fake news and it is a conspiracy. It's like, you are a part of this problem, and there you are running from your people, running from your supporters, climbing over chairs, going, oh, they got in. I thought those were your people. Why are you running? Why are you running, racist senators?
I think it's interesting that the people who were, including Ted Cruz, for instance, who were like, oh, we aren't going to affirm these electoral college votes. Those people, even following the freaking terrorist attack that was on the Capitol, they still tried to not affirm those votes. Like, that still happened following the attack. And that's just, like, blatant to me. Like, all of those people should not be in office.
How do you feel about, like, okay, so I had a thought the other day about, like, yeah, Pence was like, all right, I'm going to unfollow Trump on Twitter. Petty, right? Then I'm going to change my profile picture to Biden Harris. Okay. And then I'll be the one to call the National Guard. But here's the thing. Like, okay, too late in the game, homie. You're going to wait till that last inning to be like, oh, I'm awakened now. I've been supporting a crazy person. And here's my theory. He's doing this now because, unlike Trump, he's an actual politician. This is still his livelihood. He's going to still need to work. He's still going to need to be able to grease palms and get his palms greased and maneuver in the political world. And we're not going to just forget everything that happened and you were just like, I'm okay with.
To me, it is hella performative. I don't buy what he's doing for 1 second. Like, not even a millisecond, I don't buy it. I think it's just to, put on a show. I literally was watching Fox News earlier today because I'm trying to know what the hell they're saying on Fox News. And they put out a video that was like, Trump and Pence met up for the first time today, and they talked, and everything's great. That's what Fox News is saying.
Yeah.
And so I just, no, I don't believe anything anymore.
Yeah, and then Trump even turned against Fox News, so there's that.
He only supports that, super alt-right.
Yeah, he's like, oh no, Fox News also agrees that Biden won? Oh no, I guess now they're fake news too. I don't know, it's just the narcissism of that man.
The complete illogical, the lack of sense, the lack of a brain. I just flabbergasted every day.
And then the homophobia of his running mate, and it's this is who America voted in and was fine with, and this is who a huge chunk of America voted to be in again.
74 million people.
And that's why I am afraid to drive across America. That is why I'm afraid to go certain places by myself. I don't feel safe in certain cities, because to this day I still have to be afraid of white cities, cities that I know that are predominantly that type of white, where it's Republican. I don't feel safe, and people are like, you're overreacting, Huntington Beach is fine, why are you always talking so much on the OC? Because I've been there, I've been followed before, I've been almost ran off the road before by someone with a giant Trump decal on their window, because I've experienced things, because I know what it feels like when someone looks at me with hatred in their heart. That's why I avoid places like that, and there's a lot of those places in America.
Yeah, it's shitty.
But I don't know. And then it's Trump might pardon himself, and then he's also gonna pardon all these terrorists that got away with it.
I really don't think that he's going to end up being able to pardon himself. I think that because the Democrats have already brought to the floor an impeachment bill, and if they can fucking inaugurate a Supreme Court justice in 1 week, they can impeach a president in 1 week.
Yeah. You could do that in 8 days. You can do this in 8 days.
Yeah. So I sure as hell hope that he doesn't get the opportunity to do any of those things. I definitely hope that he doesn't have the ability to run again in 2024. And I hope that he ends up behind bars.
All Trump succeeded at these 4 years was proving how flawed our system is.
Yeah, he literally, what were you saying the other day, babe? That you said he said he would drain the swamp, and he did, but literally not in the way that we were thinking that he was going to. He drained the swamp by everyone running away because they don't want to be associated with him in his last 13 days as president.
Yep. Everyone's just dodging because they're like, I'll just quit. I'll just
resign. I'm resigning.
Okay.
My favorite thing that happened this week was Betsy DeVos resigning. I hate that woman. As a teacher, I hate that woman.
Oh my gosh. But then, what was it? I read something that was people are resigning so that way they can't, if his cabinet resigns, then people can't pull the 25th Amendment because his cabinet has to vote that he's unfit. Yeah, that's
literally why. But you can still impeach a president even without a cabinet.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Come on, politicians. Do something good for once in your life.
Yeah, come on. You can do it.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, all those people couldn't even criminal right, and it's making for some excellent TikTok.
Oh yeah, there's some
content.
Good TikTok material out there. There's some good TikTok material. There's some good Instagram Reels. There's some good YouTube videos right now.
Yeah, the piano scarf lady is my favorite person to hate right now.
The Elizabeth Knoxville or whatever her name is.
Yeah, she was all.
I was Mace.
What's her name? Elizabeth from Knoxville. I was Mace. I was like, no, why did you storm? We're storming the Capitol.
It's a revolution.
It's a revolution. again. And you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. Her and, oh my God, you know who else has been all over TikTok?
Soho Karen.
Soho Karen. Oh my God.
Soho Karen
This girl
is a sociopath for sure. If you watch that Gayle King interview, that girl is a sociopath.
/ perhaps alcoholic.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh
If you
gosh.
don't know what we're talking about, there is this girl, she's 22 years old, and I don't know what her actual name is, but she's been donned the Soho Karen because she blamed a 14-year-old black boy for stealing her phone that was in her Uber or her hotel or something.
She left her phone in her Uber, and the Uber driver, I guess, took it back to the hotel.
Oh, that's what it was. And when this poor young black boy was like, I didn't steal your phone, she attacked him and literally tackled him.
Yeah, and so the boy's dad, who ends up being famous and having lots of money, so you know this is going to go to court, grabbed her to save his son, and then she's like, he's attacking me!
He pulled me across the floor!
Yeah, like, she went crazy, like, that's my phone, give me your phone, like, and she charged and flew at him and, like, tackled him down, so then she got pulled off, and then security.
There's video of it.
Yeah, she goes to jail. Turns out she has a whole rap sheet of, like, DUIs and being drunk in public.
And then she tells Gayle King to, like...
You have to speak on the mic.
And then she tells Gayle King to, like, shut it. What did she say again?
I don't know.
She like, that's enough? Like, the audacity to put up a finger?
Rewind. So this all happened in New York. Then she flies back home. I guess she lives out here. So she's out here in LA. And had the audacity. Even her lawyer looked so uncomfortable. And her lawyer even, like, dumped her after the interview. So the thing is, though, like, she had the audacity to show up with a freaking dad hat that said daddy on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess when Gayle King was just, like, saying the facts, she was just like, no, and put her hand, like, up in the camera and was like, what was she saying, babe? Like,
I don't remember. Like, I think she said that's enough or
yeah,
something.
it was like, that's enough. And then, like, you just see the lawyer kind of, like, go back and her eyes get big, like, oh, no. And she even said, like, the lawyer did a statement and was like, she's not well.
Yeah, she is not mentally okay. And she, like, people were, like, filming this Soho Karen girl, like, walking to McDonald's or whatever, and, like...
She had a face shield on, no mask.
Yeah, and they were like, how do you feel about yourself? And she was like, I feel fine. Like, yikes.
Yeah, I just hope, again, like, let's hope she goes to jail. Because imagine if that would have been, like, a black girl or a black boy that jumped a white girl or even a white boy and was like, you stole this, blah, blah. How do you think that would have went? You should definitely, if you want to laugh, after listening to this, you should definitely look up hashtag Soho Karen on TikTok. I'm sure you've seen it already.
There are lots of people dressed up like her and making fun of her to her audio, and it's excellent.
Excellent. The quality we need. You know, we gotta laugh to keep from crying.
For real. I think that's the only thing that's keeping us going right now.
Yeah, let's talk about something else that's going on. I think it's time to head on over to the Will world.
I think
Pandemic rollers.
the wheel world. What's a pandemic roller, babe?
So pandemic rollers are roller skaters that started skating last year during the pandemic. Like around the same time the world closed, they strapped some wheels to their feet.
That's a cute name, pandemic rollers.
I like it. I'm not exactly 100% sure if Farron is the one that coined it herself or someone else mentioned to her, but it came forth, well, actually, I think someone told it to her as an insult, but it was like, oh, that's kind of cute. I'll keep it.
Yeah, I heard pandemic skaters before. Like,
yeah.
I've heard people, like, proudly say, I'm a pandemic skater.
Yeah, no, what this came forth because there was a local out here, Venice Beach skater, white lady, that left LA, which is very high COVID, and then went to Atlanta and started skating in rinks, and was taken in by the Black community there because she's friends with a lot of them. But that one of the crews out there like took her side when Farron called her out for traveling from one hotspot to another.
And skating with no mask on.
Yeah.
In the rink.
And no one, like 90% of the people in this rink weren't wearing masks. And Farron was very outspoken, like we are, about wearing masks and why aren't you wearing a mask? But the fact that she said it looks even worse that a white person went and is spreading, could possibly be spreading COVID because, you know, we already know that Black communities are suffering worse, that the optics are bad. And
yeah, because white people are known for colonizing and bringing disease to Black communities. Yeah.
So, so it started this whole thing, and like this group of skaters were like just going ham on Farron. Like
they went so hard.
Specifically, like this like grown man that supposedly is a teacher too, but was totally gaslighting.
Just so gaslighting, like talking over her, like acting as if she was crazy, like not listening to logic, and I was like, yikes.
Yeah, but Farron handled it like a fucking queen. Like she was just unbothered, and we all know Farron is very educated, very calm,
which makes her excellent at arguing.
Yeah, will pop off just the right amount to where it's like she says what she says, and she's ready to move on, and no hair off her chest, you know, like she's just, I got it. And I really respect her for that. And because she does her research, she has her education, she keeps people educated, she has her beliefs, and she's outspoken on them, and it's take it or leave it. And I can definitely respect that. But after like one of the lives, there was like 2 lives she was a part of, I guess one of these guys kept going on a rant about like all these pandemic rollers, like they're not really skate culture, saying Farron was a culture vulture because she didn't grow up in the rink skating, and like she didn't start skating till the pandemic, like all this stuff. And then they went on about like every skater that isn't a real skater because they skated during the pandemic.
And that's just a big load of stinky bullshit.
I thought you were gonna say stinky doo-doo.
No, I remembered I could cuss like a couple seconds into saying it.
Yeah, I just think it's so stupid, and I'm so glad that everyone's like using, I looked it up and people are starting to use the hashtag pandemic rollers, and I think it's great because, yeah, there's like a small percentage of people that I'm sure like started skating only because it was like, oh, this will get me the likes and this will get me the following on social media because it's trending, but such a bigger part of those people, skating saved their lives at a time where they were stuck inside on safer at home orders, that like couldn't be around friends. They found a community that they could be a part of. Like skating saved so many lives, and this community is so happy to have them. And yeah, things are changing in the skate community because of COVID, and because like, yeah, it's just like grown so fast. It's gonna change, and I hate that some people are trying to be like
invalidating their experiences.
Yeah, it's so up. How
yeah,
do you feel?
I feel like it's very up. I feel like there's nobody out there being like, the people making bread aren't real bread makers, so don't let them have any bread flour. Like, nobody's saying that, so why are you out here like disqualifying someone's love for skating just because they started later than you did? Like, just because they started at the same time that it was trending doesn't invalidate, like, that does not make them any less valid. Like, people who started skating in January are just as good as people who started skating 5 years ago. Like, and not good, I mean talent-wise. I mean good, like, part of the skate community. Like, we are all the skate community. Like, if you're a new skater, you are part of the skate community. The second you put skates on your feet, you're part of the skate community.
Yeah, like, literally everyone starts somewhere. It's not like, who are these people to be like, oh, as soon as I was born, my family put skates on my feet? Like, I'm not down for this whole, what is it called, legacy bullshit. don't be like, oh, I'm a legacy skater. Like, I've been here since the beginning, like, generations. Like, I'm sorry. This is, like, the bad side. Like, and that's what sucks is, like, these are my people. Like, these are, like, my family's from the South. They used to roller skate. I grew up out here. I didn't experience the same rink culture that they did. That doesn't mean I'm any less black, and I hate that they started pulling that kind of on Farron, because it sucks. Like, that's happened to me, and I've spoken about it before on this podcast. And to say someone's not black and they're a culture vulture because they just started skating during the pandemic, and because black, it's like, what? It's just a nonsense.
They were also coming after Farron because she has a white husband.
Yeah, which is
just another level of...
And remind you, these are the same people that got mad because she came for their white friend. Like, how are you going to complain? Like, no, Farron, don't bring up that she's white. Like, we get the whole mask thing, but, like, you had to say that she was white. And they kept bringing it back to that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, we're talking about masks. You're focusing on that, but then you want to keep bringing up someone's white husband, and you want to bring up culture vulture and black culture, but then get mad when someone else brings up white. And that's why it was like, you're just gaslighting. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, it was circular reasoning at its finest.
It was painful to watch because it was just so painful.
But anyway, so you're valid if you're a pandemic roller. Be proud, say it loud, own it, because we welcome you. You are part of this community. A lot of you are better skaters than we are at this point. Like, you kill it.
Yeah, because I feel like pandemic rollers started skating, learning how to skate this whole time, and it was new and fresh for them. Versus people that skated the year before and more, a lot of us stopped skating because we grew up with the beauty of community in the skate community and being able to go to rollouts and skate park meetups. So for us, it was like we hid because we didn't want to, and y'all like still were riding the joy of like skating.
I think all of us were like, and not all of us, like it's very hard to speak for any group of people, but I know like me and Chev, like, we really struggled with, like, none of the things that we love doing in the skate community can we do right now. And it's so much harder just to, I don't know, just, like, skate by yourself around when you're used to rollouts and you're used to RollerCon and you're used to, like, going to skate parks with big groups of people and all this stuff. And, you know, especially when you're playing it safe and you're like not going around a lot of people because one or both of you are high risk, you know, it's been an interesting kind of switch.
Yeah. Something that like gets me super excited though is like thinking about when skate camp's a thing, when I'm able to host rollouts again, when Rebel's able to host her rollout again, when we're able to have like CIB skate park meetups, when we're allowed to invite people over on our ramp or give skate lessons again. There's so much that pandemic rollers don't know about the skate community, and not like about skating period, but about the real community. Y'all know like the internet community, which yes, we're so grateful for. But wait until you go to your first like real rollout.
Yeah, it's going to blow your mind.
You're going to like, it's going to be magical. It's going to be like the first time you put those skates on and you experience all those feelings. And like when you're able to meet everyone that you've talked to for months now, almost a year online, and you get to see their face, like it's going to be so cool. And I can't wait. Like I can't wait to like discuss, show different tricks to one another. I can't wait for you to teach me new things. I can't wait to teach you new things. Like it's going to be so cool, and there's gonna be so many people. I feel like it's gonna be so easy for me to reach my goal of having a rollout with like 300 people.
So easy. So easy. Yeah, it's gonna be really great. I'm really excited for that. But in order to get there, we have to mask up.
Yes. Please. I've been seeing too much on the news about like rallies of anti-maskers.
The anti-masker rallies are terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, how can you be proud to be a pro-plaguer? Like, what? Okay.
I'm being discriminated because I'm a Trump supporter. Would you tell black people to get out?
Like, what is
pandemic roller, stay strong.
You got this.
Y'all are gonna be just regular rollers in no time.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, you're just part of the fam bam. All skaters are valid.
Yee. All right. Well, should we move on over to the next part of our show?
Find your skate date. All right, so we have our first Find Your Skate Date.
Oh my god, we are so excited and we're so grateful to have someone stepped up to the plate, be the first one to go. Like, honestly, it means so much to us.
We did not think we were going to have anyone. We were like, we're just going to have to keep talking about what it is, and eventually someone will write in, and we're so happy that we got our first brave soul.
Honestly, I thought I was going to have to be the first brave soul, so thanks. Okay, so here is our skate date bio. Hi, I'm Kate. I'm an autistic, bisexual, cis woman in East Central Florida. I already know there's a bunch of skaters in Florida, so this is looking good. I love skating anywhere, but I'd love to find people to park skate with and help me improve. I'm an engineer working for a NASA contractor, and I also love reading and doing anything outside. I'm looking for absolutely any kind of new relationship. My Instagram handle is billy.thrillgrim.
Oh, you sound like a catch.
Yeah, wow. Kate, I want to be your friend.
Yes. We want to be your friends. We bet people are out there like, I want to be your friend. I want to be more than your friend. I want to be your skate date. I want to be your everything.
Yeah, I really hope that you find someone and then together you blast off.
But yes, we'll link her Instagram in the show notes.
Yeah, so Kate sounds pretty awesome. If you are a person who is a skater and you are in East Central Florida, feel free to reach out to Kate. And Kate, let us know if anyone reaches out to you because we want to know all about it. But already I know that there are definitely some skaters / a lot of skaters in Florida, because you know what I heard? I heard that Florida is the new Long Beach.
I did hear that from someone, and I was like, I don't believe it. But
yeah,
you never
but
know.
You know what? Prove us wrong.
Prove me wrong.
Also, you work for a NASA contractor? That's so dope. And also, who doesn't love reading? I love reading. But I have lots of books that I haven't read. So anyways, maybe I'll take a note from Kate's book and I will read. So anyway, so reach out to Kate and yeah.
So if you are looking for love, whether it's platonic or romantic, you just want to have that one person that can skate with you, whether you're holding hands or giving high fives, make sure that you email skatedatepodcast@gmail.com and tell us what you're looking for and attach your IG and a picture so we can post and maybe you'll find your next skate date.
Yeah, we're matchmakers making our match, finding our finds, catching our catch.
Help me.
And on that note...
Oh dear skate date, time to give some good advice that some people probably think is horrible, but I give only amazing advice. Here we go.
Could it be our Dear Shovel segment? I think it is. Sorry, I interrupted you.
I was like, what? That's what I said.
No, you said Dear Skate Date.
Oh.
That's why I added on. Could it be Dear Shovel?
I wrote Dear Skate Date. Oh. Dear Shovel. But what's our email?
dearskatedate@gmail.com.
And this is why it makes no sense. So Dear Shovel or Dear Skate Date.
Yeah.
We're both right and wrong.
Yes.
And that's why we're perfect for one another.
So typical. Yeah.
All right. So this episode's Dear Shovel / Skate Date is: how can one be more femme without their parents noticing?
Ooh, I love this question. I think that this is such a good question because I mean, aren't we all just constantly seeking gender affirmations in the way that we look? And aren't we all just constantly hiding from our parents? I just relate. I relate so hard. I feel like for me, I don't know, like I grew up and I felt like I was supposed to be like super femme all the time. Like every Sunday for church, I had to wear a dress. And so it was kind of like stuck in my head that I had to, dress super girly in order to be attractive or to be like, to look nice. Like I never thought I looked nice unless I was wearing a dress. But I never felt very comfortable in dresses. And so for me, it wasn't even until recently that I realized that that was so deeply ingrained into my subconscious and like that was really just like pushed into me, So I don't know. I feel like, sorry, that was my background and experience.
I was like, whoa, that is not answering the question.
Yeah, that wasn't
but you
answering
triggered something.
That wasn't answering the question, but...
Okay, my turn.
Well, I was going to answer the question, but you can go first, and then I'll answer the question.
But I am proud that you were starting to discover recently, in the last 6 months or so, that you can be beautiful, sexy, and cool, whether you're femme or not femme. Or gender fluid, I guess, would be the best description of your fashion lately, and I find it very attractive. And the fact that you feel empowered is what makes it attractive.
Yeah, I definitely think that, like, something about being in the house for so long has, like, enabled me to kind of play around with fashion and not feel as bad and weird about it, Like, I always felt like I had to hit a certain standard every time I went outside, but just, like, being in my house and just being like, it's just me in the mirror, and whether Chev makes a weird face at me or not when I come out in an outfit, that it's just so much more validating.
I would say, though, how can one be more femme without their parents noticing? If you want, you can do the old school trick that most of us did. Put clothes in your backpack and walk out the door.
Yep.
And change 2 houses down. And then go about your day and hope you don't randomly run into them. That's what I used to do.
So I grew up and I wasn't allowed to wear bikinis. Like not even just bikinis. I wasn't allowed to wear any 2 pieces at all. And like I couldn't even get my hands on them because we were so poor, we didn't have any money. So I would like go to the thrift store and get like a swimsuit, and then I would cut it, and then I would like tie it to try and make it into like something that kind of looked like a bikini so that I could get a tan.
Oh my god.
And I could go like out and like look like I had a 2-piece on / have a 2-piece on. But like the way I did that was definitely that same thing, is I just like hid stuff in my bag and then like dressed in a regular outfit and then changed back.
Yeah, and just do it slowly. Like if it's also like this question means like you want to move into a femme appearance, but like slowly so your parents don't really notice. Like maybe, like I guess it's like sometimes you can push the limits. Like are you gonna paint your nails? And then
I think growing out your hair is one thing that you could
grow
do.
your hair out.
I think that you could mess around with face makeup without your parents noticing, probably.
Guy liner, which is just regular eyeliner, but then like you kind of like, okay, there's also like a way to just try to trick people. So like you have posters of like emo bands, and it's like, yeah, that's just a cis man, but look, he has long hair and eyeliner, and is that a little bit of lipstick? And they just tell your parents like, I'm just rock and roll.
I'm rock and roll.
I'm rock and roll.
Punk.
I'm totally
I'm emo.
Not actually femme. I'm just rock and roll, mom and dad. You're crazy.
You also like just don't have to talk to them about it at all. Like,
you don't say anything.
Like, you shouldn't say anything because most of the time, parents will pretend not to know because they don't know how to navigate that conversation.
Parents are so afraid because they're just like, because I was so goth, and I feel like over time it just became more and more like, till I was going to school with like a garter belt and a corset and like Renaissance sleeves and like platform boots, and it was like so much. And my parents just, like, it just elevated. It just started slowly. Like, and next thing you know, like, I looked like I was on my way to Marilyn Manson concert, but I was just going to school.
Let me tell you how much my parents ask about my love life. Nothing. They ask me nothing. They don't want to know. They're scared
They're
or
afraid
something.
of confrontation.
Yeah.
They're afraid of the truth. So you just keep doing what you want to do, slowly but surely. And then when they ask you about it, it's your choice if you want to tell them the truth or make up with some, like, stupid lie about, like, oh, it's just what's in fashion. And then, like, your parents most likely will feel awkward and not say anything. I hope that you're not in a homophobic home or a transphobic home where the slightest thing, if you feel like you will be in danger, though, of dressing femme in any way, then I would say wait until you're in a safe place or you have someone that can help you navigate that with your parents, because we don't want you to be in harm. Because I know, as lighthearted as we're being right now, that is a reality for some people as well.
Yeah, so, like, and I think also adding on to what Chev was saying, I think it's about knowing that you have another place that you can stay in case something happens.
Yeah. But I really hope that you're allowed to be free and honest on the outside as you seem to already be on the inside.
What about, like, artistic makeup? Like, I'm just painting myself as a dragon.
Oh my gosh.
But it's like an effeminate dragon. And then your parents are like, oh, wow, like, they're so into makeup. And then you're like, yeah, like, I just want to try all these different looks. And then they just think you're, like, super into makeup. I don't know. I don't know how smart parents are.
You're like, oh, Mom and Dad, I heard you used to listen to Boy George growing up. And, like, that's just my fashion icon. Like, I want to be Boy George, too.
Did you ever listen to Kiss? Because they wear lots of makeup.
Yeah.
And, like, heels. And they have long hair. Or you could just be like, I really like wigs now. I don't know.
Long hair, the gateway drug to femme empowerment.
Oh, my God. So funny. Kind of like how Dickies are like the gateway drug to, like, butch empowerment.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you have cargo shorts.
And you're like, I don't need a purse anymore.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Rebel was all like, oh my God, you don't have a purse right now? It's because I have everything in my pockets. And I was like, because I bought her, like, camo cargo pants and a matching camo denim crop jacket.
So many pockets.
And I was like, yeah, why do you think so many lesbians wear cargo pants and shorts? It's because then they don't have to wear a freaking purse.
It was amazing because I had my wallet, I had my phone, I had
my
the keys,
phone.
And I had her phone.
It was great.
And I didn't have a bag. And I was like, whoa.
And you still had room to put your hands in your pockets.
It was amazing. And I honestly, I had a moment where I was like, wow, like, men just don't carry around purses. Like, what if they need a pen or, like, some hand sanitizer? Like, where do they keep any of that stuff? They just don't. It's weird. I don't get it. But, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So I hope that helped you with, your question, and I hope you liked our good and bad advice. And if you have a question for us, we would love to hear what your question is. We would love to answer it live on this podcast. So if you have a question about anything, it could be about, I don't know, art. It could be about life. It could be about style. It could be about skating. It could be about school. It could be about anything. It could be about relationships. If you have any questions, send them to dearskatedate@gmail.com. And you can be completely anonymous. You can have a cute little sign off like, love sleepless in Seattle. And
love burns when I pee.
Love cigarettes and coffee.
That's another good movie.
So you can sign off that way if you would like, or you can use your real name, either one. But so send us your questions and we will answer them.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Oh my gosh. So, this is episode 2 of season 2.
Wow.
Two.
Two.
I don't know anything about numerology, so I don't know if that's good or bad.
I don't know. I feel like it's good.
Okay. Well, this season, you already know there's changes. But
Changes!
not only did our sound quality probably go up, not on the YouTube, that's the same, but yes, on our actual podcast.
I mean, we're still figuring it out.
Yeah.
But it's definitely on its way.
we're growing. You're listening and watching us blossom into whatever this may be.
Yes.
We are manifesting that we get more sponsors.
Yes.
Rebel is constantly saying, like, I just want to be, like, a speaker. I want to be travel, and I want to be a motivational
Oh my God,
speaker.
I would love that so much.
I'm totally down to be, like, can we do a live skate date in places, like, with a crowd of people?
Like, what if we, we're traveling around, the world, and we did a live skate date, and then you hosted a Body Posy rollout, and then I hosted a Cheers to the Queers rollout.
That'd be
and
cool.
then we did, a skate park meetup.
Imagine we had a rollout during the day, and then at night we go to this random auditorium, and there's an open bar, and then everyone gets drunk and hangs out at skate date with us.
That would be so cute. And it's like skate date tour. Let's just speak that into existence real quick. That's amazing.
I know. It's because, it's as a fan of, My Favorite Murder, I'm always like, they seem like they have so much fun just going to all these major cities and traveling for podcasts. I'm like, what?
And we can have people come on our show with us.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. And we can have people come on our show with us. Like, if we were traveling in a city, then we could be like, and guest,
Yeah, that's another thing that we want to manifest this year is, in this season, is finding out how to have, people call in so that it's not just us. So you won't just get bored of Shovel here just yapping away. We want to have some of our friends or people that are knowledgeable on things call in and give their opinion on things.
Yeah, but we don't know that much technology yet, so we'll get there.
Yeah, so we'll get there, and I'm sure the first time it'll be horrible, and they'll break it in out, and you'll be like, what the hell? Shovel should have just left well enough alone. But yeah, that's something else we're hoping to, get to y'all. If you're ever hey, I think I'd love to hear your opinion on this stuff, feel free to email us that stuff, too. I hope we get our Instagram more together, too. We get little neglectorino over there.
Yeah, we try really hard. But I've been really hyper-focused on, trying to get my Instagram back, and so I've been a little distracted.
Yeah, and I'm just all over the place now.
I feel like we're both kind of all over the place, but that's okay.
We're messes, but hot messes.
Which is why you love us, right?
But yeah, don't ever hesitate to communicate. We also love fan mail. Just kidding.
We do love fan mail, though.
Actually,
we do love mail. We
fan
love
art.
We love mail, and we love fan art.
I'm also manifesting that Skate Date gets some sort of merch this year.
I love that. That's a good manifestation.
Cool. Some T-shirts. Start selling the coasters.
A dad hat.
A dad hat. This is Daddy.
No.
And I wear it on a Gail King interview.
No.
And then I say, stop it.
Stop.
Stop.
That's enough. No.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, we're hoping that we really turn this more than just some random thing that we don't know what's happening. We still know what's happening, but we're gonna try harder.
Yeah, you know what I want our merch to be? I want our merch to be a jogger set.
You would. Oh my gosh.
That would be so cute.
A jogger set.
Wouldn't
it be a skating set then?
Yeah, but I'm trying to explain to the people what they can envision.
Okay. What color would said jogger skate set be?
I don't know. Probably blue.
Blue. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be really cute.
I heard that blue is the warmest color.
I heard that too. I heard that you're the best artist ever.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I don't know about that. That's Rebel saying that you should just draw us something to go on some merch, but no one will pay you to do so.
Because we are a low fund organization.
She was like, I need a new logo. Babe, you're an artist. Could you draw me something?
Babe, the amount of things that I do for you that I don't ask for money for.
But, like, if I ever need to give, like, do a public speaking event or give a professional speech, then I will hire you.
Step right in. Step right
I
in.
will hire
Step
you.
right into the speech that you've been giving that is my speech from my classes. The
What?
mantra?
What about it? I
The
know
thing
it.
you stole from me?
I didn't steal that from you. Everyone
Oh.
knows about mantras.
Oh, okay.
Affirmations.
Yeah.
I got it from Google. Guess what? She's just mad that I'm getting a college education for free because she's working at home. It's the only reason I got in a relationship with her and moved in. Was for a free college education.
That she didn't know that she was going to get.
I knew that the pandemic was coming, and I knew that I would get a free education.
Wow. That's some prophecy work right there.
Witchy woman. What can I say?
Witchy woman.
All right, we're rambling at this point. I think we gotta let y'all go, or else you'll never want to go on another date with us again.
But before you go, we do want to give a big shout out to ZZ.
ZZ Top. No, just ZZ.
ZZ, thank you so much for giving us a 5-star rating and leaving us this very, very sweet comment on Apple Podcasts. Thank you. You are the wind beneath our wings. You are beauty. You are grace. You are Miss or Mr. or Royal United States. Like I was trying to come up with like a non-gender term. But like continuing on the miscongeniality
Well,
phrase.
I think that you have it all. You have everything from A to ZZ.
Oh my God.
And thank you very much.
Thank
for the
you
5
so
stars.
much. Thank you. And if you want to be shouted out and thanked and just full of our love, then you can give us a 5-star rating and leave us a little comment, a little love. We read them all. And it makes us happy and it gives us motivation to come out here in the middle of the cold and record this for you. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.